Hey there, and welcome to Coffee with God. My name's Whittaker, and today's episode is about Exodus and new life. Yes, I know I've been on a bit of an Exodus craze lately. I always get really excited around this time of year because I think about Exodus and I think about Easter, and it's like about new life, about liberation, moving out of something into something new. So I get really excited about it, and I tend to talk about it a lot. And I know in the blogs that I've been doing lately, I've been talking a lot about this liberation, fear of being free. And so I figured I would tie it up a little bit in this episode. The thing about Exodus that really gets me is here you are, you're a slave. You've been a slave your whole life. Maybe your family has been slaves, and all of a sudden you're told you're free. Free for what? I mean, you think about a different life, but now you actually are being told to do it. We're going to go to the promised land, and you're going to follow this guy named Moses. Now we know about Moses after the fact, but Moses was just this guy then that really said he was good chums with God, did these things with the plagues, but yet, here's this guy who's telling us he's going to take us through the promised land, and we're going to go walking through the desert. I don't know. But yet, what a testament of faith it was for people to actually do this. And we know a lot about the desert. We know about the wilderness. They didn't. They had no clue where they were going. To me, that is just the magnitude in faith is just, it kind of blows me away. And then there are people who stayed. I can understand that too. How many times do we stay stuck in things that we're enslaved to? Negative patterns of behavior that are detrimental to us, addiction, relationships. We know they're bad for us. We don't want to be there, but yet we stay in them. And I think also about the walk that Jesus made on the day he was put to death, or even the time before then. I think about Christ in Gethsemane. Just that physical toil of knowing that he was going to be put to death. A death which he knew that he would rise from. A promised land, something that was promised. Because God promises things and God delivers. But sometimes we have to walk through the desert. Sometimes we have to die a little bit. Sometimes we have to go through stuff that's not so nice in order to get to the promised land, in order to get to new life. You all have these little deaths, these times that are hot. And sometimes it feels like we're in a desert, because no matter where we look, there's nothing around us. But God is there, and God delivers on God's promise to take us into new life, into a promised land. And it's demonstrated through Exodus and through Christ. So that's a big part of the reason why I get really excited. And it's a time of year where I try to beef up my faith. It makes me look at my faith and think, how can I edify my faith? How can I make my faith stronger so that I can find what God has promised me? And to know that that may not happen in my time, but it's in God's time. I just have to be faithful. So, with spring coming, I hope you're all enjoying the weather, enjoying your coffee, and I'll see you next week. Happy spring.